Right now I'm with my good friend Moses. We're at our church, Pamba PAG, and I'm excited to introduce one of my good friends to you so that you can see some of the people that we spend time with and work with here in Soroti. And Moses I've known since 2014. I think we met even before that, but he has translated for my preaching in churches and on the radio more times than I can count. So he's been a great servant to me. And there's many other things that we've done together. We're going to talk about just a few of them with you today, but I really appreciate Moses. He's always there to help me and guide me and answer my many questions about the culture here, about ministry that we do together. But Moses, please share with them a little bit about you and your family and your role in the church here.
Oh, thank you so much, Reverend Anthony, and everyone else. I want to begin by thanking God for what He's doing, His grace that has been sufficient upon my life. My name is Moses Adopot. I'm married to Faith. We have one child. Her name is Mercy. And here in church, I am the youth leader, and I have now spent close to 2 years in that office.
Maybe you can share how many youth are you shepherding right now?
Currently, I lead close to 300 youth in Pamba PAG.
So it's like you're a pastor of your own small church. Moses and I do a lot together. We meet and discuss life and ministry. Moses, we'd love to hear more about some of these trainings you went through with me.
Wow, that is nice. The very first and the most interesting training I got through Anthony was the TLT, Timothy Leadership Training. I remember I enrolled in the stewardship manual, that is stewardship, that is the second manual. And it was a life-changing experience, because in that manual, I remember I came up with a work plan because my church didn't have anywhere to keep rubbish or keep garbage. And after the manual, I came up with a work plan that is to make sure that my church gets a dust bin or a rubbish bin. And by God's grace, I was able to achieve it. That dust bin has been a testimony. When you come to Pamba PAG, you rarely find litter in a church, and it's still standing for now over 4 years. It is there, it is helping my church, and I glorify God for still Anthony for introducing me to that training. Right now, I am one of the facilitators. There is a group in the nearby village, that's Kiere. I facilitate in that group.
Thank you for the good work of leading new TLT groups. That's one of the things I've spent a lot of time in the past doing is coaching facilitators to start new TLT groups. I'm not doing that so much anymore. Moses was in one of my last groups that I took through before I transitioned more to teaching helping without hurting in Africa. But Moses, you've also been able to do that training. Maybe share a little bit about helping without hurting.
Oh, helping without hurting was another great experience to me. I attended the training, and it brought in new ideas to me. First of all, I have been having people to help in my community, but I didn't have all the knowledge. I didn't have the tricks, the tactics on how to handle particular situations. And so we formed a youth group, and with the purpose of reaching out to the community, the poor. And just a couple of weeks ago, we visited our nearby village, that is Asuret, and we visited a total of 8 widows and 2 old men who were vulnerable, they were weak, sick. Yeah, this is small, but the reaction and the happiness, the joy in the community and the church that we based in was so great. I glorify God for that, because we went in not as gods, but we went in to work with them. We had time together with them. We talked to them. We prayed with them. We did so many things together with them.
Yeah. Thank you so much for not only showing generosity, but bringing others in to do that with you.
Yes.
Yeah. One more ministry we'd like to share about is not really part of our Resonate work, but just something we wanted to experiment with. When I say we, I mean Sarah and myself. We were looking at how to really care for beggars. It's very complicated, as you know. And it's one of the things in Helping Without Hurting in Africa that we always teach about. And there was something we wanted to experiment to see what could be achieved if someone just spent more time with beggars, rather than even giving no handout, but just spending time and counseling and praying and building relationships. What might be achieved? And so just as an experiment, we talked to Moses to see if he would be willing to help us with this, because for us, not knowing the local language, it would be quite difficult. And Moses is someone with a lot of compassion. Moses has energy. He's willing to try new ideas. And so we financially supported him so that he could leave his other work for some time every day, just to spend time with beggars within Soroti, and just to see what he could do using his own knowledge, his own connections, to spend time with them and see how he could help them with their challenges and family situations. And he really did that. And before you even share, let me just say that people thought he was crazy as they saw him on the street, sitting with the beggars and spending time with them, talking to them. But it was contagious. I think that people really felt touched that you were willing to do that. You really humbled yourself to do that. But we would like to hear a little bit more. How was that experience for you? And were there any good stories that came out of it, of people that you were able to help even though you didn't have, a lot of money to help them with?
Wow. Your description, it was people thought I was also like I'd gone mad. I'd run mad because spending time in the streets with street kids, beggars, was a different experience of its own. Let me talk about this old woman who was a beggar in the streets of Soroti. She didn't have a home to reside in. She was residing in the regional hospital Soroti, and that's where her home was. She could bathe from there, eat from there, do everything, sleep there. And when we met in the streets, first day, it was just like building rapport, and it was just a first time meeting, and she was not free with me, and I also just greeted and left things like that. The next day I visited, she became a little concerned because the other day, I'd been a common face to her now. And when we became now like friends, she was able to reveal to me her background. So I got to know that she had a challenge with the family. She divorced with a husband who even died. Good enough, she had children, but the children had also left her alone. And so she didn't have where to be. And by God's grace, after my interaction with her, I was able to get contacts of the children who were scattered, and I was able to travel to one of the daughters. I had time with her, shared with her the need for their mother to be reconciled back to the family. And she took it up. She helped me a lot, communicated to the main family. They received the message. They received her back. Right now, as we talk, she is in the family, happily rejoined together, and they're enjoying their family right now. That is one of the things that I really glorify God for in my community here.
Thank you for being willing to humble yourself and really be creative to try to help these people and befriend them. Yes. We're very grateful for Moses for that and for so many other things, and wanted to share Moses with you to see the great people that we get to work with here in Soroti.
It means a lot. It means a lot. For me personally in Uganda, when I grew up, I never thought I would engage with a white like Anthony. But it means favor, first of all, to me personally, that God can connect people of different races, from different regions, to get into the Great Commission. To me, it is God's grace, and it reveals the sovereignty of God, that irrespective of our boundaries, irrespective of our color, skin color, God still uses anyone. And I glorify God for that. It means a lot to me. It means a lot.
Yeah, I would echo that. I would add that there's so many things that we can do together that we can't do alone. You have gifts that I don't have. Some of the gifts I bring maybe is theological knowledge or trainings, but the way you're able to relate to people, the courage you have in evangelism, the courage you have to reach out to the poor, all those different things. When we partner together, we can achieve so much more than when we try to do something alone.
Good.
So I believe that God has called me here not to do everything myself, but to work with others, to strengthen them and encourage them, and see that the local church and the local leaders here are strengthened and equipped to do the work that God has for them to do. And it's a privilege. I love getting to work with people like Moses. There's so many other people here we could introduce you to as well, but Moses is just one of our good friends here. We're grateful.